Ta-da! Can you see? This is a pencil holder. Can you see? Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to have you here. Okay, so we're still in the month of May. Okay, so today we are making something that has to do with transportation. Okay, but we are giving it a little twist. Okay, so don't go anywhere. So a little bit of housekeeping. If you are new here, if this is your first time watching me, I say welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Okay? And if you are an old subscriber, my OG, I say thank you. Thank you for sticking with me. Okay? So let's get into today's video. Okay, so our materials for today are tick, tick, tick. Boxes, small boxes or cartons, okay, in two different sizes, a big one and a small one, okay. And then we have plastic cups, tick, 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 two plastic cups, okay. And then we have cardboard or paper, okay, yellow and black. In this particular craft, you will need yellow and black, no other colors, okay? All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is that we are going to trace out holes in here, okay, for the cups. So we're going to cut out two holes here, right? And then after that, we are going to wrap this in yellow paper, okay? We're going to wrap both boxes in yellow paper. So I'm using a big one. I'm using a big paper for the big box and then a small paper for the small box, okay? So we're going to wrap that up neatly. And when we're wrapping the big one, we are going to also create the holes. We're going to also maintain our holes, okay? Those holes are very important. And then we have our black paper. We're going to cut out different shapes, okay? You see the shapes as we go along, right? Now, after doing all this, we're going to put everything together, okay? So, don't go anywhere. Okay, so this brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I hope you enjoy making this from the comfort of your home. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel and tell your friend to tell your friend to tell your friend to subscribe to my channel. Okay? Until next time, see you. Bye-bye.